Welcome to Total Knowledge Zone. Subscribe to Total Knowledge Zone for similar videos and also press the bell icon so that you keep getting notifications of the videos. Today, in this video, I will solve all the questions of Himachal Pradesh Judicial Service Preliminary Exam Papers 2014 Civil Law.
आज हम बात करते हैं पेपर 3 क्रिमिनल लॉ। टाइमिंग सेम रहेगी 1 आवर्स और क्वेश्चन कैरी इक्वल मार्क्स, नो नेगेटिव मार्किंग। Question number 1. Which one of the following section of the Wildlife Protection Act 1972 deals with the power of central government to declare areas as sanctuaries or national park? Option A, Section 35. Option B, Section 36A. Option C, Section 38A. Option D, Section 38B. इसका राइट आंसर है A, Section 35. Question 2. The license for the possession of with which an offence was committed against the Wildlife Protection Act 1972 may be cancelled by the court on conviction of such person, and he shall not be eligible for a license for a period of A, 1 year for the date of conviction, B, 2 years from the date of conviction, C, 3 years from the date of conviction, and D, 5 years from the date of conviction. The right answer is D, 5 years from the date of conviction. Question 3. Experts for professionals appointed under Clause D of subsection Clause 2 of Section 38 L of the Wildlife Protection Act shall hold office not exceeding Option A, 5 years, B, 3 years, C, 2 years, D, 1 year. इसका राइट आंसर है B, 3 years. Question 4. Meat under the Wildlife Protection Act does not include A, blood, B, bones, C, vermin, D, flesh. Right answer is D, flesh. Question 5. Which one of the following section of the Wildlife Protection Act 1972 deals with the protection of sanctuaries? A, Section 18, B, Section 18A, C, Section 18B, D, Section 24. The right answer is B, Section 18A. Question 6. Which one of the following section of the Indian Forest Act 1927 deals with the formation of village forest? A, Section 28, B, Section 30, C, Section 31, D, Section 32. Right answer is A, Section 28. Question 7. A person who commits an offence under Section 33 of the Indian Forest Act 1927 shall be punishable with imprisonment for a term which may extend to A, 6 months, B, 1 year, C, 2 years, D, 3 years. Right answer is C, 2 years. Question number 8. Whenever it is decided to constitute any land as a reserved forest under the Indian Forest Act 1927, the state government shall issue notification in the official gazette under A, Section 3, B, Section 4, C, Section 5, D, Section 7. Right answer is B, Section 4. Question 9. Which of the following section of the Indian Forest Act 1927 provides powers of forest settlement officers? A, Section 8, B, Section 11, C, Section 12, D, Section 14. Right answer is Section 8. Right answer is A. Question 10. A duty may be imposed on timber and other forest produce under Section 39 of the Indian Forest Act 1927 by A, collector, B, forest officer, C, state government, D, central government. Right answer is D, central government. Question 11. Intoxicant under the Punjab Excise Act 1914 shall be imported, exported or transported in compliance with such condition as imposed by A, the state government, B, financial commissioner, C, collector, D, excise officer. Right answer is A, the state government. Question 12. No dairy producing tree under the Punjab Excise Act 1914 shall be taped except under the authority and subject to terms and conditions of a license granted by the A, state government, B, excise commissioner, C, collector, D, excise officer. The right answer is C, collector. Question 13. Who has the power to prohibit the transport of any intoxicant under the Punjab Excise Act 1940? A, financial commissioner, B, collector, C, state government, D, excise officer. The right answer is C, state government. Question 14. Under the Punjab Excise Act 1914, the power to make rules regulating the manufacture, supply, storage or sale of any intoxicant may be made by A. State Government, B. Financial Commissioner, C. Excise Officer, D. Collector. The right answer is A. State Government. Question 15. The collector may by notification under the Punjab Excise Act make rule regulating A. The bottling of liquor for purpose of sale, B. The transport of intoxicant, C. The manufacture of intoxicant, D. None of the above. The right answer is A. The bottling of liquor or purpose of sale. Question number 16. If the offence is committed under Section 138 of the Negotiable Instrument Act 1881, the drawer of the cheque shall be punished with imprisonment for a term which may extend to A. 60 days, B. 3 months, C. 1 year, D. 2 years. The right answer is D. 2 years. Question 17. The court shall take cognizance of the offence under Section 138 of the Negotiable Instrument Act 1881 if the payee, after receipt of the information by him from the bank regarding the return of the cheque as unpaid, makes a demand for the payment of the amount of money by giving notice in writing to the drawer of the cheque, and the drawer fails to make payment within A. 1 month, B. 15 days, C. 7 days, D. 21 days. The right answer is B. 15 days. Question 18. The court shall not take cognizance of the offence under Section 138 of the Negotiable Instrument Act 1881 if the payee, after receipt of the information by him from the bank regarding the return of the cheque as unpaid, makes a demand by giving notice in writing to the drawer after the expiry of A. 15 days, B. 2 weeks, C. 1 month, D. None of these. The right answer is C. 1 month. Question 19. In which of the following section of the Negotiable Instrument Act 1881 the power of court to try case similarly has been provided? A. Section 139, B. Section 140, C. Section 141, Section 143. The right answer is D. Section 143. Question number 20. Amendment in Section 138, 141, 142 and 143 of the Negotiable Instrument Act 1881 was made by the Negotiable Instrument Amendment and Malicious Provisions Act in A. 2001, B. 2002, C. 2004 and D. 2005. The right answer is D. 2002. Question 21. A child of the following age is presumed to be duly incompetent. A child under 7 years of age, B. A child above 7 years of age and under 12 years, C. A child above 8 years of the age and under 14 years, D. A child above 7 years of age and under 10 years. The right answer is A. A child under 7 years of age. Question 22. The right of private defense of property does not extend to causing death in A. Mischief by fire on any tent used for human dwelling, B. Housebreaking by night, C. House trespass, D. Robbery. The right answer is C. House trespass. Question 23. The right of private defense of body extends to causing death. A. In case of wrongful restraint, D. In case of apprehension of hurt, C. In case of assault with intention of abduction, D. In case of wrongful confinement. The right answer is C. In case of assault with intention of abduction. Question 24. A. Instigates B to give false evidence. B does not give false evidence. In this case, A is not liable to of any offence. D. A is liable for abatement by instigation. C. A is liable for abatement by conspiring. D. All of the above answers are correct. The right answer is D. A is liable for abatement by instigation. Question 25. A with the guilty intention abets a child of 6 years to commit theft. The act is not committed here. A. Both A and the child can be tried. B. A has not committed any offence. C. A has not abated theft. And D. A is liable for abating theft. The right answer is D. A is liable for abating theft. Question 26. A administers a poisonous drug to a woman B to cause miscarriage. It is found that B was not pregnant. Here A is not guilty of attempt. B, A is guilty of attempt. C, A is guilty of murder. D, A is guilty of no offense. Right answer is B, A is guilty of attempt. Question 27. Which one of the following is normally an essential element of crime? A, violation. B, actus reus. C, motive. D, will. The right answer is B, actus reus. Question 28. For the application of section 34 of IPC, it is necessary that criminal act is done by A, 2 persons only. B, 5 persons. C, more than 2 but less than 5 persons. D, more than 1 person. The right answer is D, more than 1 person. Question 29. McNaughton case relates to the defense on the ground of A, intoxication. B, necessity. C, consent. D, unsoundness of mind. The right answer is D, unsoundness of mind. Question number 30. Right of private defense of the body extends to causing death has been dealt with under A, section 100 of IPC. B, section 101 of IPC. C, section 102 of IPC. D, section 103 of IPC. The right answer is A, section 100 of IPC. Question number 31. For abatement, A, it is necessary that the person abated should be capable of committing an offense under the law. B, it is necessary that the person abated should have the same guilty intention. C, it is not necessary that the person abated should be capable of committing an offense under the law of should have the same guilty intention. D, both A and B. The right answer is C, it is necessary that the person abated should be capable of committing an offense under the law of should have the same guilty intention. Question number 32. Rioting means use of force or violence by an unlawful assembly or by a member thereof in prosecution of common object of such assembly as per A, section 44 of IPC. B, section 145 of IPC. C, section 146 of IPC. D, section 148 of IPC. The right answer is C, section 146 of IPC. Question 33. During the scuffle between A and B, A give a blow on the face of B and consequently 2 teeth of B were broken. In these circumstances, A has committed an offense on of causing A, simple injury. B, attempt to cause culpable homicide not amounting to murder. C, grievous hurt. D, no offense at all. The right answer is C, grievous hurt. Question 34. Wrongful restraint has been defined under A, section 339 of IPC. B, section 340 of IPC. C, section 341 of IPC. D, section 342 of IPC. The right answer is A, section 339 of IPC. Question 35. Assault can be caused by A, gesture. B, mere word. C, preparation. D, neither A nor B. The right answer is A, gesture. Question number 36. Warrant case has been defined under section 2 clause X of CRPC as a case relating to an offense punishable with death, imprisonment for life or imprisonment for a term. A, exceeding 3 years. B, exceeding 2 years. C, exceeding 1 year. D, exceeding 1 year but less than 2 years. The right answer is B, exceeding 2 years. Question 37. It is mandatory to produce the person arrested before the magistrate with 24 hours of his arrest under A, section 56 of CRPC. B, section 57 of CRPC. C, section 58 of CRPC. D, section 59 of CRPC. The right answer is B, section 57 of CRPC. Question 38. It is mandatory for a police officer to inform the person arrested the grounds of arrest and right of bail if the offense is not non-bailable under A, section 49 of CRPC. B, section 50 of CRPC. C, section 51 of CRPC and D, section 54 of CRPC. The right answer is B, section 50 of CRPC. Question 39. A proclamation under section 82 clause 1 requiring a person to appear must be published giving A, not less than 30 days time to the person concerned. B, not less than 10 days time to the person concerned. C, not less than 20 days time to the person concerned. D, not less than 15 days time to the person concerned. The right answer is A, not less than 30 days time to the person concerned. Question 40. Section 92 of CRPC lays down the procedure for A, production of documents, clause 8, in the custody of postal or telegraph authority. B, production of documents, clauses, in the custody of any person other than the accused. C, production of documents 8 in the custody of an accused person. D, all of the above. The right answer is A, Production of documents, clause 8, in the custody of postal or telegraph authority. Question 41. A declaration of forfeiture under section 95 of CRPC can be set aside by A. Magistrate issuing by such warrant. B. Chief Judicial Magistrate, Chief Metropolitan Magistrate. C. Court of Sessions. D. High Court. The right answer is D. High Court. Question 42. When the police register a case regarding commission of cognizable offence, the registration of the case is under A. Section 154 of CRPC. B. Section 155 of CRPC. C. Section 156 Clause 3 of CRPC. D. Section 190 of CRPC. The right answer is A. Section 154 of CRPC. Question number 43. The investigating police officer in a case has power to require attendance of a person acquainted with the facts and circumstances of the case under A. Section 158 of CRPC. B. Section 159 of CRPC. C. Section 160 of CRPC. D. Section 161 of CRPC. The right answer is C. Section 160 of CRPC. Question 44. The investigating officer under Section 160 of CRPC cannot require the attendance of a male at a place other than the place of his residence to is A. Under the age of 15 years. B. Under the age of 16 years. C. Under the age of 18 years. D. Under the age of 21 years. The right answer is A. Under the age of 15 years. Question 45. A magistrate records the confession of an accused or a statement of a witness during investigation under A. Section 164 of CRPC. B. Section 281 of CRPC. C. Section 162 of CRPC. D. Chapter 23 of CRPC. The right answer is A. Section 164 of CRPC. Question 36. Statement recorded during investigation under Section 161 of CRPC can be used during trial. A. For corroborating the witness. B. For contradicting the witness. C. Cannot be used for any purpose. D. Neither A nor B. The right answer is B. For contradicting the witness. Question 47. Section 164 of CRPC provides a special procedure for recording of A. Confession. B. Statements made during the course of investigation. B. Confession as well as statement made during the course of investigation. D. Either A or B. The right answer is C. Confession as well as statement made during the course of investigation. Question 48. Under Section 167 or CRPC, for offence other than those punishable with death, imprisonment for life, or imprisonment for a period not less than 10 years, the detention during investigation can be authorized for the total period of A. 30 days, B. 45 days, C. 60 days, D. 75 days. The right answer is C. 60 days. Question number 49. An order for maintenance of hereditarium allowance can be cancelled under the circumstances stated under A. Section 125, Clause 5 of CRPC. B. Section 127, Clause 2 of CRPC. C. Section 127, Clause 3 of CRPC. D. None of these. The right answer is A. Section 125, Clause 5 of CRPC. Question 50. A case can be committed to the Court of Sessions by a magistrate under A. Section 209 of CRPC. B. Section 323 of CRPC. C. Section 324 of CRPC. D. Both A and B. The right answer is D. Both A and B.